Hello again, horse racing community. Welcome to another episode of the Inside Post. Today we are looking at the Kentucky Derby pace scenarios. Right now it's up in the air. Nobody really knows what this pace is going to look like, who's going to be the leaders, who's going to be the mid pack or the pressers, or who's even going to come from off the pace. There are several different projections out there. We have Timeform, DRF, and of course our Equibase or Brisnet um, pace settings based off of our past performances. So we're going to go through this and try to figure out what type of pace scenario or what type of pace setup we are going to get and where these horses could be placed coming into the first turn. So we have a couple different ones. This one is the Kentucky Derby one. I believe this one is from Horse Racing Nation. You have your early speed. They just kind of threw them all in here, and rightfully so. Reincarnate, Jace's Road, Confidence Game, Possible Derma Sotogaki. However, I think the other ones may not be. They may go more of a stalking pace. And then you have your stalkers, which is basically every horse in between. Off the pace, closers, Angel, Tap It, Sun Thunder, Skinner, Raise Cane. um, the only one I see differently, Angel of Empire, maybe trying to sit a little bit closer. Skinner's a big question mark on what he will want to do, and Raise Cane. Sun Thunder and definitely Tabatrice will be coming from off the pace. Another pace projection, I believe this is Timeforms. Here they have Derma Sotogaki, I believe, out front with Hit Show, Tabatrice, and I believe that is Raise Cane on the closing side of things. And then the mid packs kind of just filling in wherever they kind of come out of the gate. So we're going to look at our Brisnet speed figures and kind of using these two to kind of give us an idea of what the hell is going to happen in this pace scenario of who may come out to the lead. Obviously, two of the horses that we think will be early pace in here um, will be Reincarnate and Confidence Game. I think both of these horses are in good spots to get out. I feel like Reincarnate is probably going to have a better gate break with Johnny Velasquez aboard and could set up for that early speed. Derma, I'm just not so sure if Derma Sotogaki is going to get out of the gate. It's in that 17 spot. It's gonna have a fabulous gate break, and I know they've been working on this horse getting out of the gate. Um, so going to be interesting to see for the fact of if it has a good gate break, this could be over. He could wire the field here, and going to be able to put the rest of these horses away, and nobody's going to be able to challenge him. Um, so I think that's what they're going to try to do. We're going to put it. We're going to see what he's going to be able to do. We don't know. It's kind of hard to predict these things. But we're going to go and throw that out for Derma Sotogaki, trying to get out early as hopefully he can get out early. Another one to consider possibly is Jace's Road will be one of our early speeds in here. And the other one, I believe we're going to go with Rocket Can. Yeah, we're going to go Rocket Can um, as our other speed or early speed horse. So basically we're following kind of what they have. We're taking Rocket Can, moving him up. Again, kind of similar here. They had Rocket Can coming off the pace. I just don't see it. I feel like the horse wants to be close to the front. I feel like the horse is going to go early. I know the horse doesn't show that in its past performances, but I feel like if it has a good chance, Rocket Can should be able to get out to the lead. That would be our only question mark if he's going to go to the lead or not. He may be a presser or mid pack. Okay, here's our mid pack runners. This one is a little bit easier to determine. We have Forte, obviously going to be mid pack. Um, Two fills, I don't think is going to come as far back as he has came in the past. Verifying, another one that's also going to be mid pack, showing a little pressing speed as well. And I think that's kind of what they had here. Two fills, hit show. I feel like hit show is going to come later in the run. Um, I keep clicking on the wrong one. Gonna make a run later. King Barn, again, another one I think will be mid pack pressing in here. Um, and I think Mage. I think Mage is going to sit rather close to what Forte is going to sit. The reason I say that is they ran similar races last time out. Mage got a good jump. Um, Forte was able to track down. Here, Mage is going to want to be close. They want to run that similar race that they ran before. To not let Forte get away from him this time. Practical move. I think this is a horse that maybe struggles getting out of the gate and is going to have to sit mid pack. Um, I think if the horse gets any further back, it's going to be it's done for. So I think that's kind of what it's going to do. Sit mid pack as well. Um, and I think disarm will be our other. I think it's our other mid pack in here. Raise Cane has some speed. Another one that's probably going to be mid. With some of these other horses that could be coming late. So our closers, obviously, you have Hit Show, who's definitely I think will be a closer. Cabot Trice is going to close. Skinner should close. Lord Miles is a big question mark. Angel of Empire will be a closer, but I don't think will be as deep of a closer as Tappet Trice. And then I think Sun Thunder will also be a closer. Oh, I know we kind of went through these rather quickly, but looking at some of these other projections, I mean, Reincarnate's going to go out early. I think that's going to be he's going to dictate the pace. It's going to be between him, Jace's Road, and Confidence Game. Who's going to get out? Who wants to get to the lead? Can they wire the field? Reincarnate would be the only one that I think could wire this field if we just let him go and nobody wants to challenge him. Nobody just lets him get comfortable and sets his own fractions. Derma Sotogaki could be the one that could do the same thing. They could let this horse go. He's got speed, and they may not be able to catch him. Practical move, I don't think wants the lead. This will be one that's going to sit off of the pace. As you can see in the time form, kind of sitting in that middle pack area. I feel like that's where they're comfortable. That's where they're going to want to be. Stalkers, so the ones that are going to be mids or in that mid pack. Mage, yes. Two fills probably will be. Rocket can. It's tough. I think the horse will go earlier. I think Rocket Can should sit a little closer um, to the lead, right off the pace, probably pressing the pace um, more than anything else. I don't see this horse being a big closer. I don't see it being a horse that's going to close deeply. I feel like it's better for Rocket Can to press the pace. Hit Show, I feel like this horse is going to come from off the pace. It's going to have to come off from off the pace, if anything, because of the one hole that it's going to get buried on the inside. Lord Miles, another one I feel like is going to be a little bit deeper in the field rather than stalking or even pressing for that matter. Continuar is interesting. Depending where Dermasotogaki goes, Continuar may be a presser in here rather than coming from uh, off the pace. Interesting to say the least. We'll go ahead and throw this as a press horse um, in here just because I feel it's interesting because we don't know a whole lot of pace settings for these Japan runners. We know Derma is going to go. Continuar could get out early as well. See what he can do from a gate break stance and get up and press that pace. Forte, we know he's going to be mid. Angel of Empires coming from off, Tap It Try, Sun Thunder, Skinner, and Raise Cane all going to come from way back. We know that those are our 4 or 5 closers that we have. We added Lord Miles. I just think he's better suited for that type of run. Verifying is another one that probably could come in and press in here. 2 holes a little iffy. Just being able to get out and get up front to um, give somebody that those or give that horse something to look at if it was sitting right off the leaders could be interesting. He's going to have the first jump if he does. Could be a good setup horse, and kind of one that was kind of stuck beaten by a neck last time out again. Maybe he wants to get a better jump. Another one that could press in here would be King's Barn. However, I just don't think it will. I think it's going to get comfortable and want to sit in behind. Same with Two Fills, Mage, Practical Move. We're going to go ahead and change Practical Move. I feel like this horse will press and sit a little bit closer to the lead. Jockey, I think Ramon Vasquez has pretty good gate ride ability. So I think he's going to get this horse out pretty good here in the 10 hole. Should be another presser that just sits right off. That could make a suitable run. I don't think he wants to lead. I think that'll be trouble for Practical Move. He doesn't want to get too buried also because that can mean trouble as well. So I think pressing is probably the best situation for that horse. Angel of Empire going to be closing, making that 4 wide, hopefully 4 wide, not 10 wide. Going into the final turn, Forte, interesting to see. Again, was able to make 3-4 wide in the Florida Derby. Irad is pretty well adjusted to that type of sweeping move, so we'll see if that's kind of what best fits for that as well. So kind of our pace projection, pace breakdown, similar to some of these other ones. We kind of narrow off some early speeds and kind of flip a few horses back to the off the pace just because we're not sure how they're going to get out of the gate. And we have some unexpected horses that could come up and press the pace just to try to steal the show for this big running of the Kentucky Derby. Let us know your pace projections down below in the comments. We love to talk and discuss to see what other people are thinking of what's going to happen in this pace race, basically, and what could determine the 149th winner of the Kentucky Derby. I think it's a horse could either win from wiring the field crazy enough, or it's going to be kind of like what we saw last year, a horse coming from off the pace. Not necessarily a pace meltdown, but just a pace that's going to favor one of these off the pace style runs. We thank you for watching. Make sure to continue to like, continue to subscribe. We can't thank you guys enough for showing us great support. We love interacting with everyone that has left us a comment. We hope you continue following us and you follow us on Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby Day, and you win big by watching our videos and playing our bets.